was a beautiful morning on November 23rd, 2019, when we boarded our luxury coach for our field trip to Warner Brothers Studios with a lunch stop in Hollywood at Hollywood Boulevard in Highland. Since its founding in 1923 by the four Warner Brothers, Harry, Albert, Sam, and Jack, the studios have produced some of the most popular and successful films and television shows in the history of the industry. These include films such as the Harry Potter films, the Batman franchise, Gravity, and the Lego Movie. Television shows include Friends, ER, The Big Bang Theory, and The Ellen DeGeneres Show. We were treated to some beautiful scenery, like the snow-capped Mount Baldy, and to some not-so-nice scenery, which, sadly, is becoming more common in the LA area. We passed by the iconic Los Angeles City Hall on our way to our first stop in
Valley, hooey Hollywood, where any office boy or young mechanic can be a panic with just a good-looking pan. And any barmaid can be a star maid if she dances with or without a fan. Hooray for Hollywood, where you're terrific if you're even good, where anyone at all from Shirley Temple to Amy Semple is equally understood. Go out and try your luck.
You see all kinds of people in this neighborhood.
Where anyone at all from Shirley Temple to Amy Semple is equally understood. Go out and try your luck, you may be Donald Duck. Hooray for
For the lucky few, their sun also rises. You meet some very interesting characters on Hollywood Boulevard. That's the pop singer Taylor Swift, in case you don't recognize her. On our way out, we see the Hollywood United Methodist Church. This is the only way to travel, right?
Oh, as opposed to Yeah, my camera has
At the Visitor Center, we get a brief historical overview of the studios.
A kiss is just a kiss, a sigh is just a sigh. The fundamental things of
We were divided into groups and given our tour guide for the tram tour. Our intrepid guide was named Mark.
Yeah, you guys excited to be here?
Yeah.
Who has been here before? Oh good, you know my jokes then, just pretend to laugh, it's fine. Don't worry about it. The few minor rules we do have is no smoking, vaping.
Our first stop was the Warner Brothers backlot sets, including Hennessy Street, Park Place, Embassy Court, New York Street, French Street, and Midwest Street in the Stars Hollow area. Here we see some of the crew members, gaffers, and electrical grips preparing sets for the next filming session. Some of their equipment includes wiring junctions, power supplies, light stands, and the ubiquitous Moss Richardson lights. The Great Sentinel, the Warner Brothers Tower, now bears the modernized Warner Brothers logo. We stopped at New York Street, near the theater where the premiere of Springtime for Hitler from Mel Brooks' The Producers took place, and to learn more details of its filming history. And look! There's Phoebe's taxi from the TV show Friends.
now.
Are we off the bridge?
Yes!
Is the old woman on the bicycle still alive?
Yeah, she jumped right back up!
New York Street was also the starting line for the great race from New York to Paris, Lake Edward's comedy. In fact, the whole street was shot from different directions and became all of New York for that movie. Hard to believe, but this same street was turned into a futuristic Los Angeles for Ridley Scott's science fiction classic, Blade Runner. The streets were filled with futuristic cars, shops, and neon signs.
Next stop, the DC Universe exhibit, and then on to Wizarding World. Now we venture into the vast soundstage area, beginning with the mill, where large sets are constructed. As we continue, we see the sound stages where Friends, ER, and the Ellen DeGeneres shows were filmed. Now we take a look at the prop house, where thousands of props are kept ready to fulfill the needs of any and every production. And then we visit the thrilling Bat Cave.
Unfortunately, on the soundstage inside, we're not allowed to take any photos. The number one reason is, well, I love my job. That's my favorite rule. But the other reason is because the production requested there might be some sort of spoiler. It's very in-depth. You get a lunch over at the deluxe dining area, and you get to go some places that we don't even are allowed to go, which is kind of cool. They haven't allowed me to do those tours yet because they think Mark rambles. In Ghostbusters, the original one, the top of the building was all shot in there. Jurassic Park, when the T-Rex comes and attacks the kids, actually was shot inside that soundstage. Soundstage number 23 and 28 are currently being used for the show Lucifer. Stage number 23 is actually one of our newer stages. It was built
At this point, we move on to stage 48 and my favorite part of the tour, an exhibit called Script to Screen, where we see how a film or television show is produced, going from pre-production through production and on to post-production. As an example, I use one of the studio's most successful television shows, and a favorite of mine, Friends.
No one told you life was gonna be this way. Your job's a joke you broke, your love life's the away. It's like you're always stuck in second gear, when it hasn't been your day, your week, your month, or even your year. But I'll be there for you when the rain starts to fall. I'll be there for you like I've been there before. I'll be there for you 'cause you're there for me too. You're still in bed at 10 and work again at 8. You burned your breakfast so far, things are going great. Your mother warned you there'd be days like these, but she didn't tell you when the world was brought you down to your knees. That I'll be there for you.
And after a 10-year run, the actors take their final bow.
I'll be there for you 'cause you're there for me too. I'll be there for you 'cause you're there for me too.
If your work is really, really good, it just might be honored at the highest level, an Emmy or an Academy Award.
Really goodbye, we'll see each other again.
Oh, goodbye till we meet again.
Goodbye till we meet again.
Generations have been moved, stirred, and thrilled since the true story of four brothers named Warner came to America, found their way to Hollywood.
We had a nice time. It was a beautiful day today, very interesting. Surprising how much of our history is taken up with movies and TV.
Amazing. It really is. So Tara, as we go home happy and tired, any final thoughts?
I think it was a pretty good day. I hope everybody enjoyed it. I think we learned a lot.
I do too. I agree. Thank you again.
You're welcome.